My name is Susan Hawk, and I'm the Dallas County District Attorney. There was a time when prosecutors used to walk in the courtroom and they wore the white hat. And things have changed, and I think things have changed, for the better in many ways, because prosecutors are held accountable every single day. And they can't just have all that power and wear the white hat and everything they say, people just assume is the truth. It's something that we have to prove. Mr. Watkins, the prior administration, had started this conviction integrity unit. We were so blessed in Dallas County to have the evidence to test. We had that evidence available to us to go back and do DNA testing. In many counties, the evidence has been destroyed. I knew there was cases out there that were non-DNA cases that we need to look at and we need to evaluate. And that's why I brought Miss Cummings in, because she worked on the Michael Morton case. She was a defense attorney. She had a completely different perspective. She had the experience that we needed to say, oh, look, okay, these DNA cases, they've already been tested. So we need to take a hard look at some of this other evidence. There might be other junk sciences out there that we need to evaluate and look at these types of cases and make sure that the cases were individuals that were convicted based on the evidence alone, and not based on junk science, not based on recanting witnesses, not based on witnesses that weren't credible at the time, or based on evidence that was not turned over to the defense that should have been. I think that's one of the things, one of the gifts that I was given as a young prosecutor, my mentors that I had in my life. The first thing they said to me is, you have to see the big picture. I think where prosecutors can get in trouble is when they get so dialed in that they're not able to see the what's happening around them, or they're not able to see extraneous factors that might come into play, or extenuating circumstances, or favorable evidence that is mitigating in any way towards the defendant, because they're so dialed on believing this individual is guilty. And it's a bias that is dangerous, that you cannot have as a young district attorney, as the DA, as a judge. A trial court is given great discretion. A jury is given great discretion. And you're going back and you're reading someone else's papers. I mean, you have a record that's been made, and you're trying to go and read it on paper, as opposed to being present when this actually happened. And so I think there's so many obstacles to overcome. Witnesses die. Evidence gets disposed of. Even though a prosecutor may not turn over evidence because they don't know that it's Brady, or they don't know that it's mitigating, and it's not done in bad faith, but still, at the end of the day, we're responsible. It doesn't matter whether it's done in bad faith or good faith, or how this happened, is that defendant, that's not the test. You have to look at whether the evidence, period, whether it was mitigating, favorable, was Brady, in any way whatsoever, that has to be turned over. So, even though something wasn't turned over because they believed that it wasn't Brady and they weren't doing something that was an intentional act against that particular defendant, it doesn't matter. These individuals are wrongfully convicted. They go to prison. They spend years behind bars for a crime that they didn't commit. But what has been so amazing for me to watch and inspiring, and makes me want to be better at my job every single day, is that what they give back when they get out. It's like they pay it forward and they want to give back, and they want to go out, and they inspire other folks, other individuals, and they want to make a difference in the criminal justice system, and they dedicate their lives to doing that. A criminal justice system that has failed them miserably, they want to make it better. And so whenever I have a hard day or I think of things, those are the folks that inspire me to be better.